All right, so I have to say that it is December 2020 during a pandemic, and I am Meredith.
I am not Meredith. I am Mike.
And how are you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Good. Is your family all good and healthy and okay?
They are. This is kind of my mom's jam, actually. Like, doesn't have to interact with other humans. She can just sit up on the hill. She loves it.
Does she? Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. How about
Good.
you? Doing all good?
Yeah, everybody's good. I went and I got to see my parents today. This morning, I dropped off some groceries and stuff, and that was good because even though they live really close, I've been trying to stay away. So,
Yeah, I gotcha. It's like
yeah.
a weird balance.
It is. Like, I know they need stuff and I know they need, like, company, but they're 65 and I just worry about them, so yeah. So,
Oh,
we're here today to talk about books and I've already geeked out with you about books before, so I'm really excited to do this. But mostly this is about you. So, I would love it if you would, kinda tell me your story from birth to now. You can leave out whatever you want. And kind of talk to me about you, but also include your books that you've loved or that have shaped who you are or something.
I'm with that. Well, that can kind of be a little easy because books have always been around. So even like when I was really little, so I grew up in California,
Okay.
uh, but my grandparents lived a few hours away, and my mom and grandma, since I'm getting old and I used to mail books back and forth, so there was always like the
Yeah.
exchange going on.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that still happens because now like we don't mail things, but my mom and I share like a Kindle library. So we're like, "Oh, did you see
Yeah.
that book? It was really good. Yeah, I loved it too."
Yeah, I do that too with my mom.
No, do you really?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's like my favorite thing. Um,
Cool.
but yeah, no, I mean, like books have always been around. Got read to a lot as a kid.
Yeah.
Like that was the deal. Actually, the first like legitimate novel I remember getting read to was Harry Potter. So uh,
Really?
yeah, because it came out when I was probably like 9 or 10.
Oh, shut up.
Oh yeah, no, for real. Um, yeah, so we written that and I got that read to me in bed and the whole thing. And then they
Did
were
you?
coming out. Matter of fact, the fourth one came out in high school, and um, I happened to get myself in trouble that week. And when
Mhm.
I got grounded, right, all I was allowed to do was read. No music, no TV, no phone, like cord phone to call
Yeah.
people. Straight up could read, and I've never seen my mom more angry because she was like, "You are grounded," and I was like, "Cool, I could just read Harry Potter. Like whatever. See you in a week." It was like the best thing ever.
And I know that you still love Harry Potter. Didn't you, for your birthday this year, 2020, do a Harry Potter movie?
Yeah, so actually, one of my really good buddies for my birthday this year, since theaters are kind of shut down to the general public, um,
Right.
the Cinemark down the road actually allows people to rent out theaters. So me and him and a couple buddies went and rented out the entire theater, and there was four of us, and we watched the very first Harry Potter movie for
I
my
love
birthday.
that.
It was
Could
so
you
awesome.
tell them what you wanted to watch, or how did you guys decide on that?
So there's like a list. We could have done like Jurassic Park or Harry Potter. There's a couple others, but we're like, yes, Harry Potter all day. Show me 11-year-old Harry. Load it up. Like,
I love that so much. I think that what a great memory too.
right? It was awesome.
Yeah.
Um, I think we'll probably take a look at the old shelf later.
Yeah.
It's funny because the only J.K. Rowling book I have isn't Harry Potter.
Oh, you have one of the
Because
other ones she wrote?
I have like the one adult one, the Casual Vacancy.
Yeah, I read
It was
that.
so much different, and it was like
Yeah.
I enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but it wasn't Harry.
It wasn't
It
Harry.
wasn't magic and bearded Dumbledore,
That is exactly how I felt when I read that book.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's cool because I don't have any of the Harry Potter books here because the read aloud thing's so important to my mom, and she remembers it so well that she like won't let me have them. She's like, "No, they're
Oh.
staying on my bookshelf because they remind me of when you were little, and you're not little, so I'm keeping them." All right,
Oh,
mom.
I love that. That's adorable. Maybe she'll read it to your kids someday.
Right?
Yeah. Very cool. What else? Well, you said your grandma or your grandparents would send you books, yes?
hmm
So, do you remember any of the books that they would send, or were they just like holiday? Like,
So a lot of those were between like my mom and grandma, and they were both into
oh,
like
okay.
basically Law and Order on pages, right? So like that kind of murder mystery,
Yeah.
suspense, thriller kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I
I
enjoy the heck out of those too. Like Stuart Woods is really good. He's got like
yes.
a whole series with what's the name of the guy? But he's a lawyer. And he just gets into super crazy situations. Something Stone Barrett or something maybe. Excuse me.
I'm not familiar with that. All I can think of is like A Time to Kill. Who writes those?
I think is that Stuart Woods? Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. That's what my parents would read all the time. Like my
Hmm.
mom was really into those, and like A is for alibi and B is for
Yeah.
whatever. I feel like your mom probably and grandma would read that.
100%,
Yeah.
like the Patricia Cornwall books and
Yes.
all that good stuff.
Yep,
Yep.
exactly. So when you went to high school, were you still into reading or not so much or
I was. I actually read a ton. So I worked at a hockey shop all
okay.
through high school, just like sharpening skates. But skates don't need sharpened all the time. So there's a lot of downtime. So I would always have my book, and when customers weren't coming in, I just kind of hang out and plug
Yeah.
away and see someone coming to the door and be like, I can get another page in. Don't make it awkward. I got this.
And this is now in Colorado, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. When did you move to Colorado?
I moved to Colorado at the tail end of fourth grade. So
Okay.
that's about
Okay. And so, do you remember any of the books that you loved reading in high school?
ooh, so off of the Harry Potter strand, I've always just really liked fantasy books.
Yeah.
That stuck with me. So I liked there was a Dragonlance series, which is like the nerdiest books possible. And
Yeah.
it's like straight up dragons and stuff. And
I
they were
think I have
basically my
those.
favorite cover. Yeah,
I think
see,
I have them up there. Yeah.
those are great. I really liked. Well, then in high school, I always had the teachers like, "Well, you should try out some classics," which at first I was like, "Meh."
Yeah.
Then turns out like Lord of the Flies, great book. There's like death and fire and boulders crushing people. Like, come on now, can't go wrong with that. Let's see, that was really good. I always, even in high school, really like The Giver.
Yeah.
It's just a good book, and that was cool because then reading again as an adult, you're like, oh, I get this is kind of messed up. Like,
Kind
how
of
did I
good.
not? It was kind of cute when I was younger. Like, what just
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah. It's interesting how you change or your viewpoint changes as
Oh,
you
100%.
come
And
back.
you just read things differently. Some it'll make sense more. You're like,
Yeah.
wait, how did I not pick up
How
on
did
this 10 years ago or whatever?
exactly? Yeah.
Let's see, I
Any
know.
books you hated during this time period?
Ooh,
Like maybe for class or
um,
something. You're like, God.
I always kind of feel bad saying it. I always hated To Kill a Mockingbird. Like
Okay.
I didn't enjoy that book. I do. It's all right now, but it just never really
Yeah. No, I could see that. It was
boring.
yeah. I never understood yeah, I would say. I didn't hate it, but I never really understood why people were so in love with it. So same.
Yeah, I mean, I get like there's the racism thing, like they're
Yeah.
trying to not be racist, and I get that because that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
But it's not like some gem of writing brilliance. I don't think
Okay.
still.
Yeah.
Um, so that wasn't great. I'm not a huge, wasn't really into like historical fiction or like American historical fiction, like World War I, World War II, Revolutionary War. That always kind of bored me.
Okay.
Um, I don't know.
Not too bad.
Pretty
And
equal
then
opportunity.
did you always know you would go to college?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty well wasn't much of an option for me.
Okay. And where did you go?
I went to CSU here in Fort Collins.
Me too.
Yeah, proud to be.
Oh my gosh. So this is not what we're doing, but I'm going to show you this anyway. My dad just gave me an early Christmas present today. Look what he had made for me.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
It's made out of it's nail and then it's string.
That's really cool.
I know. I cannot fathom he had an artist do it, and I cannot fathom how much work it took. And then it's like hard too. She
Yeah, 'cause
must have.
it's like strung on there tight, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's
anyway.
really cool.
Yeah. Okay. So CSU, and what did you major in?
So I majored in literature, actually. Well, so I went in thinking that I wanted to major in music until I realized that, sorry, this kitty is attacking me. You can see how vicious she is, just chewing up.
Oh, hi, baby.
No, so I thought I wanted to major in music until they told me that I had to be in the marching band. And I didn't want to be in the marching band. I just kind of wanted to play my saxophone for fun and like talk about music. So like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I
Okay.
thought about it, and I was like, what's something else I really like? Oh yeah, I really like reading books. Might as well just get a degree in that. So I
Okay.
did. It was awesome.
Yeah. What was one of your favorite classes? Do you remember
Oh,
any?
Western mythology all day.
Western
Like,
mythology.
either Western mythology or Arthurian myth. So, like the highest level class in college I ever took was straight up about King Arthur, and it was so awesome.
Was it?
Like I had to like write a paper on Merlin. Like who gets to say they wrote a paper and researched Merlin? Like
Yeah.
the wizard.
Do you ever wish you could go back and take some of those classes over?
Oh, 100%.
Me
I think it'd
too.
be so awesome because like I was into it at the time, but
Yeah.
going back and just getting it again, it'd be so much cooler now.
Yeah. Again, because you know more, right? Like I feel
Yeah.
like I would definitely understand the concepts better if I could redo it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, because you're not just like getting I don't know, the crust of it. You can actually kind of dive down in there because you
Yeah.
already kind of know what's going on.
Yeah. And then what was a class that you hated taking?
Oh.
Or did you? Maybe you didn't. Maybe you loved it all.
No, I hated 20th century fiction.
Okay.
It was
So that would be like
like Willa
Hemingway.
Cather or like Virginia Woolf.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
just
Okay.
meh,
I'm with you there.
right? It's just like okay, it's like an in between time.
Yeah.
We haven't made it to the Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings yet, but we don't get to talk about like Thor and stuff.
Yeah. And so wait, what would Western mythology be? Is that Norse?
So Western mythology was like pretty much all the really popular ones that were familiar. It's like Greek, Roman,
Oh,
Norse,
okay.
a little bit of Celtic.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Okay, cool. Very
Yeah.
so anything else from your life that you would like to cover?
I think that about hit it. I mean, books have always been well. So I guess the big thing that I remember. Hello, Katie.
Aw.
We'll just do the rest of this
So
like
just
this.
yeah, I think people would love it actually. They'll
He's gone.
probably just want the cat
Like,
content.
right? So I do remember, in addition to books, just like words. So my dad was kind of a gruff old dude, and so I'd be sitting there reading. He always read too, and he had like this massive like Edgar Allan Poe tome. He just
Oh,
wanted
I
like,
love that.
I spend a lot of time doing Vietnam War, and I want to do a little more educating myself. So I'm gonna read some harder stuff. So he's like reading Edgar Allan Poe, thinking it's all cool. So I'd be sitting there reading, but I'm like, I don't know what this word is. I don't either. Look it up. So it became such a thing that he got like a little electronic dictionary thing with a little keyboard, and
Oh
it
my
sat on
gosh.
the coffee table in the living room for like the majority of my childhood.
That's
I'm
awesome.
running, yep, go look it up. Okay.
That's so cool. So you have a big vocabulary. You're a word nerd.
I am totally a word nerd.
When you read your Kindle, do you like highlight and look up words and
Oh, so much. And I like
yeah.
love it. I'm like, oh, that's a new one? Cool. I don't even have to like go to the electronic dictionary. It's all in one nice
It's all
package,
in one. Yeah, I do love that. And then
right?
I will get sidetracked because the Kindle, you can hook it up to the internet, right? And then you can like Google and you can be like, wait a minute, I don't know what this is. And
Yep.
then it's like a rabbit hole. And suddenly you're learning all about Celtic mythology.
Right? Just like, wait, where'd this come from? Oh, wait, this is about a god? Tell me more about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
14 tabs later, maybe you'll get back to the paragraph you left off on.
Exactly. You and I are the exact same in terms of
Yeah.
reading. Okay. So present day 2020, what have you been reading?
So I've been reading a lot of Brandon Sanderson books recently. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
so they just came out with the fourth one. It's called the Stormlight Archive.
Mm-hmm.
Really cool. It's like on a world that feels like underwater. Gnarly storms like ravage it all the time. So
Okay. I know who
um,
that is. I don't think I've read any of his stuff.
oh, I would recommend it. It's really, especially if you're into that like toeing the line of being maybe a little bit above kind of young adult fiction
Yeah.
fantasy,
Yes.
but like edgy for a young adult kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of in that, but
Interesting.
I enjoy it. And I also just read Steelheart by him, which is
That one
um,
I've definitely heard of. Wait,
yeah. So
is that an older one of his?
yes,
Yes.
and the third one in that trilogy, I think 2 years ago,
Okay.
was in the like was highlighted in the book fair actually.
Okay. No wonder that's probably where I've heard it. Maybe.
Yep.
Okay, I'll look that up. I'll add that to my
Cool.
list.
It was like basically the world gets superheroes all of a sudden, but none of them are good people. They're just all jerks with powers, just like ravage the world.
But I love that. Like, that's a great take on it and probably really realistic, right?
Yeah, it is. And then there's just one like normal dude. He's like, well, I saw this superhero kill my dad, so I'm gonna get back at him. And then a trilogy about that. It's really cool.
Okay. I'll look that up. Are you a fast reader? Do you go through books quite a bit or
It depends,
yeah.
kind of. I've kind of noticed that the more I like a book, the slower I am finishing it.
Mhm.
Um,
Cuz you
just
don't
because
want it to end.
yeah, and well, there's that. And I want to make sure I get all of it. So if I get through a paragraph and it's cool,
Mhm.
I'll read it again just to make sure I really like dig out all the cool stuff in there.
That's awesome. I do that sometimes too. Sometimes I won't even finish a book series right away. Like I haven't read this yet, even though it's been out for ages, because I don't want his story to end for yeah, I'm not ready yet.
I'm with that. Well, then I guess I won't ask you about it because I haven't read that either. I haven't sitting
Okay.
around somewhere.
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
sitting
even
there.
cracked open that.
I mean, I had to buy it, but I'm not ready yet
Right? Yeah.
emotionally to read it.
Because then it's like there's nowhere to go.
I
Like,
know.
we can't like end with 45-year-old Harry. Like, come
Yeah, I
on.
don't want to do that.
Uh-uh.
No.
There's nowhere to go from there. It's almost depressing.
Yeah.
I want this character around always.
So, anything else you've been reading? Just Brandon Sanderson?
So I've been doing that. Little Brent Weeks, which I won't get into too many titles because I don't want the old chillins looking them up too much because they're
Okay, good
really,
call.
really good books, but they're like dark fantasy, so they're a little messed up in parts.
That's
Maybe
okay.
not.
That's something they can look forward to when they're older and wiser.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I did get to read what's his name? Gordon Corman.
Yeah. War Stories. Did you read that?
So no, but I read Schooled by him. I actually got to read that in advisory.
Yeah.
So when kids watch this like, oh whatever, Lefler, we know you liked it, shut up. But it was so cute. Like it was just like the most wholesome little book about a hippie going to regular school and like not having any idea what's going on. It's just really cute. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, good. My son is reading. Oh shoot! It's another one of his books in class, and I love when he reads it. He's a fourth grader with his
Mm.
teacher. I it's during like my planning time, so I get to listen to him read it
Oh,
and
right.
listen to all the fourth graders online read it, and it's so charming. Unbroken? No. Oh well, sorry,
I mean that is one, but I don't think it's by him. I do want to read the War Stories one though. That trailer that you showed, like where the grandpa takes his grandson back to France.
yeah, yep. I think
That
that's a good story. That's a good memory.
right? And he's
So
just a really good writer. Like
he is. Yeah,
it always like it's like heartwarming kind of writing,
yeah.
which I dig.
That's a
Once
good
you,
word for it for sure.
right? I also
Um,
well, I reread the Absolutely True Diary of a
the,
Part-Time Indian. Yeah,
yeah. What'd you
Absolutely
think
True
of
Diary of
that?
a Part-Time Indian by
Alexi
Sherman
Sherman.
Alexie.
Sherman Alexi. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just such a good book.
Yeah, another very good writer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, it's cool because I like, especially now, like racism is kind of a big deal, but I feel like the racism towards Native Americans is kind of brushed over a lot, and it really
Mhm.
dives into that, and it's just funny because
It
he's like
is.
the most middle school kid ever in
I
everything, and
should.
he's
I
kind of
haven't read that in forever. I should reread that.
yeah, like the exact like. Yeah, you probably hit puberty like 2 weeks ago, huh, buddy? Like you just kind of discovered that you're attracted to people. Like your body, like your hands are 3 inches further away from your face, so you can't like grab things normally.
Yeah,
It's
tripping and
hilarious.
falling.
Uh,
I should look that up. I'll look that up. Now I've got two things to read. Two suggestions from you.
There you go. I actually still have that suggestion from you sitting in the
Oh
queue.
yeah, that's another good one for when people are older.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I see your bookshelf is behind you. Do you want to talk about any of those
Yeah,
or
we can check it out. I feel like MTV Cribs, which I suppose is a reference that no one watching this besides us will get. But when they
no?
went to the like fridge,
Yeah,
right?
maybe the parents, right? Yeah. So show me. Show me what's in your bookcase crib. Oh, I love it. Edgy. Thank you. Making it look good for me.
Oh, let's see. Well, ooh, I can't believe I forgot about this book. We got Name of the Wind.
Oh yeah, I have that too. I have all three of them, but there's a lot going on in those books. It's taking me a
Yeah,
while to get through that.
yeah, they're huge. But well, and there's two out right now, and I've been waiting for like a decade for the third one in the trilogy, and he like just released the title of it,
I know.
which makes more of a tease.
Yeah, talk about someone who lives in the world. It kind of reminds me of whoever wrote Game of Thrones. Didn't he
Yep.
also take forever to put out? George
Yeah,
Martin. Yeah. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, well, and I suppose to stay true to the MTV Cribs, like all the really rich people, they like pull out like, yeah, I got you ain't a real play unless you got Cristal. Well, you ain't a real play unless you got J.K. Rowling on your
There you
bookshelf.
go. I love that you kept that too. It was so not what I was thinking that I think I got rid of it.
Yeah, I don't blame you because I mean, the first bit drew me in because very
Mhm.
rarely do you read about an old man having an aneurysm on a golf course in
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah.
That was heavy, but then it just gets and there's like ghosts, kinda, but not
Mhm.
really. Like
Yeah.
it's just let's see what else do I have. Ooh, this was good. I don't know if you've ever read I Am Number Four, but this whole thing is. Oops, yeah, had actually recommended this to me years ago, and then I ended up reading like all 7 books in a weekend because they're
Yeah,
just
that's
really
a
good.
dystopian, right?
Kinda. It's like so it's aliens, but not
Okay.
like show me to your leader kind of aliens. It's more
Yeah.
like they look human, but they have powers, and there's only 7 of them, and they're being hunted
Yes.
throughout the galaxy.
Yeah, I have not read it, but I remember like seeing like a book trailer or something about that.
Yeah, well, there's a movie,
Okay, maybe that's what I saw.
but they kind of did. The movie for this is kind of similar to how they did Percy Jackson. Like
Okay.
it's garbage compared to the book. It like
Yes.
doesn't do it justice at all.
Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Game of Thrones. That puppy's on here.
Yeah. Did you read all of them? Do you like them?
I do, but they're kind of like the name of the wind I was talking about. There's just a lot.
There is a lot. Yeah.
I know. I've kind of been curious. I kind of want to do it, and my buddy's done it, but read it chronologically. So if you have all the books, they don't really go in order. They jump around a lot.
Do
So
they?
yeah, so it's a whole. There's like sticky notes. It's a whole thing. But I think it'd be an interesting way to do it.
I don't remember that, but maybe I haven't read enough of them. I started to read like I only liked certain people's stories. So then I started skipping chapters to only read certain people's stories and then I got confused cuz you're
I'm also
missing.
glad I'm not the only one that does that.
Oh,
It's like, no, I want more Ari. I'm gonna go with that.
yeah.
Okay.
Right? And even in the TV shows I had to stop watching it because they wouldn't show her forever, but
Like, dude, shut up. I don't care about these guys. Go back to her.
yeah, exactly.
Then the faceless. Come on, that's so cool.
Yeah.
See, what else do we have here?
Do you,
Well, I got my boring bottom shelf.
oh
It's all
yeah,
like
let's see
all
what's boring
the
to you.
the philosophy books and the
Oh yeah,
Shakespeare
Taoism, huh?
89,
But you
the
keep them. Why do you
romantic.
keep them?
What's that?
If you don't love them and they're boring, why do you keep them?
Well, because they're only boring for other people, and I'm a nerd, and I think they're so cool.
Yeah.
like I love the philosophy books and all the weird like Shakespeare things that you have to like. Yeah, because again,
Yeah.
word nerd, man. That's my
Do
jam.
you feel like as a literature major and a literature teacher that you need to own some books just because they're classics and like you should have them?
I guess kinda, but then at the same time, I also have like a massive Dante's Inferno tattoo sprawled across my
That's
back.
true.
Yeah, there is that little bit of like, yeah, maybe I should like practice what I preach, but I like legitimately enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
That
makes it
was
easy.
Did you take that class at CSU about Dante?
Hmm.
Yeah, I took that too. And that would be one I wish I could retake because
Hundred
I would
percent.
understand way more.
Well, and that book's just like I feel like you have to have an advanced degree in medieval Italian politics to
Yes.
get through that sucker without all of the footnotes.
Yes, I would agree with that. I wish I could retake that one, and then I took a Shakespeare one, but I don't know how faithful I was to attending that,
I
and I wish I
same
was
deal.
better.
Did you have the little short gal, little short
No,
lady?
I had a guy, I can't remember his name, but he loved Shakespeare. He and his wife would travel around and go to different, plays just around the country.
Oh, that's cool.
They would be like, "Hamlet's gonna be performing in Pennsylvania, so I won't be here on Monday because 'cause we're gonna go see that."
It's like, okay,
Okay.
I appreciate your passion. I
Yeah.
suppose I
Yeah,
didn't get
no.
Was it last year? No, because last year the world shut down. The year before, I did get to go to the Globe Theater in London.
Did you? Were
For
you
Shakespeare.
there? How did you go to Europe? Just on your own for vacation, or?
No, it was actually one of the EF trips that
Okay.
get that Irwin sponsors. I was one of the chaperones,
Oh, were you?
and
I didn't know that. How fun.
yeah, it was really cool. So we got to spend a day in London, and I was like, "Is that the Globe Theater? We're gonna at least walk by that, right? 'Cause I'm gonna walk by that. I don't care if y'all come
Did
with me.
you?
But I'm going."
Did you get to go?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it was really cool.
Okay,
It's
because
all
I'm gonna
like,
do that too.
oh, are you?
Yeah. Well, we're supposed to in March 2021, but who knows?
Fingers crossed. We
Fingers
believe.
crossed. I did pay for it. I'll go eventually.
Yeah, so it's gonna happen.
Gonna happen, just probably not March. But yeah, we're set to go there, and I'm really, really excited.
Heck yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah,
Really cool.
awesome.
Well,
Well, yeah. What else have we got? Oh yeah, there it is.
even has action figures on the front. Like you can't go wrong with
You
action.
can't go wrong with that. Do
Yeah,
you
but yeah,
have any um like valuable books?
I do not.
Do you have any books from family members that are sentimental to you?
Yeah, so I have got my Tom Clancy, Some of All Fears. This is
There
my
you go.
dad.
Yeah.
We got here's that Stuart Woods, Stone Barrington, but that was my mom's. That was a hand me down.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, that's about it. Especially for down here, I have the special stack upstairs actually. So that's just like so one of them's The Hobbit.
Yeah.
It was my uncle's when he was like 10 years old, so it's all yellowed and kind of.
Oh, that's awesome. And he gave that to you, or?
We gave it
Yeah.
to my mom, who then had a nerd for a child. So she's like, "I think you should probably have this." Thanks.
I
I'm gonna
love
put it in my
that.
living room.
I think that's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. Well, winter break is almost coming up. Do you ever ask for Christmas books? Books for Christmas?
Oh, all the time. That's actually how I got this bad boy. Was
Okay.
for Christmas.
So, what are you hoping for this year? Anything
Uh,
that you're like, oh,
I don't know anything really. It's getting to the point where like the Kindle suggestions are kind of running out
yeah,
because I read too much. So I'm
yeah.
like, just surprise me.
Okay.
Dip into a new genre. Maybe this guy will finally come out with the third book so I can read it.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? I mean, come on, buddy. Um, Anything else you want us all to know about your love for reading?
I think that'll do it. I think I've put out there how much I love these books. It's
Thank you
great, man.
so
You can,
much.
especially now, like you can fail. You know, you
Yeah,
you don't have to mess around with everything being all weird and depressing. You can read about someone getting in sword fights or something, which is
yeah,
way cool.
yeah. Go be someone else for a little bit. Go be a kick-ass character somewhere.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Um, I think that's all I have for you. That's all I wanted to know. Thank you for chatting with me and sharing about your love of books. I really appreciate you doing
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. This was fun. I haven't got to read it. Great.